the purpose of this is to introduce you to cryptocurrency and how adversaries use it for malicious purposes. And some examples I'm going to give you guys is through extortion spam campaigns. It used to be called sextortion campaigns, but of course, to be a little more politically correct, they're now referred to as extortion spam campaigns. So just in case, like if there are places that still categorize it as sextortion, but it means the same. That's actually the same thing. So I'll give you a couple examples. Actually, at the end of this is a couple examples that I've included. So for background in terms of definitions for some of these terms, right? For bitcoins, bitcoins are a specific a digital currency, and they're capped at 21 million coins. Does not rely on a centralized system, and it's a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. One of the reasons the banks hated Bitcoin in general, and that they didn't want to invest in Bitcoin when Bitcoin first came out, was because the banks are a centralized system. They keep everything secret in regards to the transactions that are going on. And whereas with Bitcoin relies on the blockchain, and the blockchain is literally a public ledger of all the Bitcoin transactions that have occurred. And this is controlled openly. So very transparent. We can look up the blockchain. We can look up all these transactions. And these are the things that the banks are in fear for people knowing the transactions that are taking place. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that all the fees that are associated with the transactions, right? Banks charge you for every little thing. Whereas this is public, it's transparent, you know where it went, you know where it came from. And so that's what the blockchain is really all about. This is kept in 10-minute increments. It's up to date through 10-minute increments. And it indicates the number of Bitcoins and their owners via the Bitcoin address at any given time. A Bitcoin wallet, which I'll show you guys exactly how to go about creating today, is a list of Bitcoin addresses. You may want multiple addresses to pay off different items. So you may have a different Bitcoin address specific for rent, for shopping, for savings, or just to maintain privacy in general. And when you send money from a wallet address, all the money that address is used up. So remaining coins are sent to a change address in the same wallet. So keeping in mind that, let's say if someone had possession of your wallet, they can empty your wallet out. So that's why it's always a good idea when you do create like for today, we're just creating a wallet. It's not a big deal. You'll never use this again. But in the event that you wanted to use a Bitcoin wallet, one of the reasons why they say to use different addresses for different items is so that way you keep track of it. And if in the event that you had one taken from you or stolen or whatever the reason is, that's all you lose. you won't lose out for anything else. And that's why it's also very easy just to empty the wallet out, right? If you're transferring money from one wallet to another, then the wallet that you transferred from no longer has that money. It just goes down to zero. So you basically just have an empty wallet. Data mining is the process of validating the transactions within the blockchain, where the miners receive Bitcoin for this validation. Right? So data miners' goal is to be the first to add the block transactions, and then everyone else copies their own copies of the blockchain. So all miners compete with each other via lottery. The first to add the block receives Bitcoins, and is a random process which allows others to participate, as long as they too have the latest transactions. Every winner has to validate where the current and all the previous blocks came from. So you may hear a lot of threat actors wanting to do data mining, right? Or crypto mining, same thing. And what they do is they'll take these powerful machines, like they'll take these cloud-based machines, right? Available that are, available on the cloud, like tens of processors, gigabytes and a lot of gigabytes of RAM, memory, so processing power, these basic supercomputers, right? A lot of memory, a lot of processing power, and a lot of storage. And they'll use these computers to do crypto mining. And crypto mining is essentially just making money, making Bitcoins from this mining process that's in this definition. So what they try to do is take over these machines. To utilize these machines can cost tens of thousands of dollars a day. So they'll try to take over certain companies' accounts to have access to all this processing power. And then by having access to this processing power, use software to mine coins, right? To data mine these coins. So they'll use that. That's one way for them to make a lot of money in a short amount of time. And then by the time the company figures out what's going on, it might be a few days, might be a few weeks. But then in those few days, a few weeks, they can make a good amount of money. You or me are not going to make any money whatsoever, mining coins. We can have 20 machines working at the same time, and we'll be lucky to get 5 cents. That's just how it is. So that's why even countries may have clusters of servers, warehouses of servers doing data mining. So and you can look on YouTube as an example, and you see some of these places, and they'll tell you they'll have like rooms full of machines, computers, and people do this. And think of all the costs that are associated in terms of electricity, making sure the servers are running and stuff like that. Right, it can definitely end up being very costly. And another way money can be made, or data mining through data mining, is if a threat actor has all these agents, these data mining agents, right? Kind of when we were discussing like a botnet, right? A network of bots. Well, these bots can be specific for data mining. They can be data mining bots, right? So imagine having a network of bots for the specific purpose of data mining. Well, now I can have hundreds of thousands of machines. Maybe I can have millions of machines doing data mining, or collectively taking part of this, transactional, process, right? So it can definitely occur. It'll slow down your system, right? Because it's using your processing power. It's using your bandwidth, to be able to do this, right? So that too is a form of malware in that sense, right? Software that shouldn't be on your system. All right, so what we're going to use we're going to use a website to look up Bitcoin addresses. The one I'm using here is bitrep.com, and that's here. And I'm going to put in the Bitcoin address wallet to figure out, how much money does a wallet contain. So that's the one I expect you guys, to use also. And then to create our wallets, we're going to use coin.space, and basically brings you to this website. And you got choices, if you wanted to create you want to download an app for your Mac, you can do that. But what we're going to use for our purposes is the web wallet, right? The web wallet, we click on that, we can create a new wallet just like that, or open an existing wallet, right? So literally that simple. And I'll go through the motions of this to show you guys just how simple it is. And then I have a step-by-step method of what I want you guys to do, right? So the very first question I have is how much does Robert David Graham have in his Bitcoin address for his product Mascan? So I tell you to go to this website and do a search for his Bitcoin address. So I'm going to show you that. I'm going to this website. This is the website. And I literally just went and did a search for, like, this is his website here. I did Control F to find, right? Once you're on the browser, and I typed in the word wallet. And when I type in the word wallet, it shows you what the Bitcoin address is on here. I'm just gonna blow this up a little bit to show you guys. Too big. There we go. So anyway, it writes right here, this tool is free, but consider contributing money to its development. And this is the Bitcoin address wallet. It starts off with one mass, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to right click, copy. I'm going into that bitref. I'm going to paste it in here, and then I'm going to say check. And then you can see where it says total received 0.6 Bitcoin has been received in this. Total sent, it hasn't sent anything in this wallet. And the final balance is the same that's been total, is total received. And then all the dates of the transactions. Total transactions, 39. And then the most recent, right, it's sorted by most recent, was September 26, 2020, 6:09 in the morning. And how much it was and what's the current value of that right now. And we can see he's gotten transactions since 2014. And then you can see the amount of money of what's the equivalent of it right now, right, in today's market. And if you want to know, this is his final balance right now, right? So total received is actually his final balance, how much money he has in it. Let me just make it smaller here. And then now I'm going to go into Google as an example. Bitcoin right now is worth a little over 19,000, one Bitcoin. And now I'll do a Bitcoin USD converter. Again, I just literally did, this is from Coinbase. So right now he has the equivalent of almost 12,000, a little over 12,000 in his Bitcoin address wallet. Step 2 is to create a Bitcoin wallet. So go to Coinbase. I told you to Coinbase, create new wallet. The only thing to add, once you're in that coin.space, you're going to choose web wallet. Once you're in web wallet, you're going to create new wallet. Once you create new wallet, you're going to click on generate passphrase, right? And what it says here is this keeps your account secure and lets you open your wallet on multiple devices. It's very important you write this down. So I'm going to click on generate passphrase. And then you see I have 12 passphrase words. Solve, polar, height, brown, jaguar, gossip, grape, gather, jump, ripple, kidney, castle. I'm going to copy it to clipboard. It shows that it's copied. Now I'm just going to copy all those words into one of my documents, some sort of text file. Normally, you know, you can click on here. It says, you know, like, look, I have written down or otherwise securely stored my passphrase, right? If you happen to put this in a file on your computer and your computer gets stolen, or your files get copied, right? Some hacker breaks into your computer, they copy the file out, now they have your passphrase, which can now potentially gain access to your wallet, right? So that's why you want to avoid that. And that's why you have to kind of attest to this to say, yes, I've written this down, or I've put this, you know, securely somewhere. Maybe if it's on a computer, maybe you have it in a password encrypted file, hopefully. And then you agree to the terms and conditions. And right, something we learned about in our terms and conditions was in lab 3, right, where we had a few of those labs. We learned that basically we have no real rights to privacy, and all these social networking sites can do whatever they want basically with our information, selling it, you know, for that matter. So you can read the terms of use if you want, but my whole point in this is just to show you guys how to do this, right? So I've copied this out to the clipboard. I copied it to just a text file that I had on the side. And now I'm going to confirm that I did these things, right? I did secure, well, it's not securely stored right now, I just have it open, but assume that I did, or at least I agreed that I did do this, and I agree to the terms and conditions. I click on confirm, and now it's going to ask me, okay, from the passphrase that I copied, which is word number 7 and which is word number 11. So of course, you know, I'm counting. So grape was my 7th word, and kidney was my 11th word. And now I'm going to confirm that. And now it's going to ask me set up a PIN number for quick access. Right. So what I'm going to use is I use 1000 for my PIN number. Then if I wanted to enable Touch ID, I happen to, you know, I'm on a Mac right now, and my Mac does have a Touch ID on it, but I'm not going to enable that right now. So I'm going to skip this. And now I have a wallet, right? So just again, following the directions, I've now completed, you know, my wallet, and now I potentially can be ready to receive something. So right here, I have my wallet address. I can go to Bitref, and I can put in my wallet, and I put in my Bitcoin address wallet, and you see here, nothing received, nothing sent, obviously, right? I literally just created it. So now, if I was to transfer money into the wallet, I'll be able to see something on there. Yeah, question?
Okay. Where did you get the wallet address?
Oh, you have send, receive, exchange. I go to receive. Let me blow this up.
Okay, I see it. Okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah, receive. You click on receive.
Yes.
And you get that here. So what I wanted to show you guys as an examples of some extortion spam. If you received an email and the email is titled, "I recorded you," and in the message itself, and if you can read it here, it actually says, "I recorded you through your webcam, satisfying yourself." And then it says, "I want you to transfer X amount of dollars." In this case, they wanted to charge $1,200 to keep quiet about it, and then give you instructions of how to go about paying them. So now I have this address, and see how much money this particular threat actor or hacker actually made, you know, in this process, or if they made money. Blockchair.com dash. I'm going to copy that. Right. So what I did was I went to this blockchair.com with the dash, the cryptocurrency, you know, address to that particular scheme. And now let me just blow this up. You guys can see here, based on that address, total received a little over $1,300. That's the equivalent, right? That's there. And we saw that they were charging $1,200, right? $1,200. What was they were charging? So chances are, look at this: sender 1, 2 recipients. Money was sent, money received, and then sent again. At the very least, I would say he got at least one person, right? It's 1,200. So 1,200 is 13 now, probably because of Dash is worth, cryptocurrency is worth more money, you know, now, you know what I mean? Based on the market, right? Based on the market. At that time, it was 1,200, and now it's worth 13. That one transaction. So someone sent them the money, and now that $1,200 is worth 1,300.